Hello. Alright, I'm back. In this video, I'm gonna do a story time, and it will be about my first date. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, this happened a few years ago, and, um, um, okay, I couldn't get my story together. Alright, it happened a few years ago, and, it was this guy that I had a crush on since I was younger, and I've always went to my god sister house all the time when I was little, stayed the night, and sometimes, well, every now and then, like when I stayed over at her house, she always went to like her grandmother's house, and the guy was always over there, and shit like that. The boy, I mean, because he's around the same age as me. Um, so yeah, he was always there, and he was pretty much like family, uh, to our family. So yeah, I had a crush on him, and I don't know if I ever told him that back then, but I did like him since then. But this one time, I remember we was over her grandmother's house, and we was like chilling, watching movies, eating hot dogs, and I think fries too. And we would like, we had, eating hot dogs and fries, mix it up with ketchup and mustard and all that, do all that silly stuff, whatever. And I don't know, I always had a crush on him. I was always smiling and giggly, saying all this little stuff, blah 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 blah. So a few years later, come to find out that he liked it me because um, I was hanging out with my god sister at the time, and we were supposed to go somewhere, but we didn't get to go. So we went by, I forgot whose house we went by, but we went by somebody's house, I forgot. And we all was together, and we was watching like the BET Awards and shit, just hanging out, laughing and giggling and being silly and stuff like that. And I hung out there for a little while, then I left and went home, and then my god sister hit me up and was just like, oh, he he asked, can he get my number? And I was just like, um no, he said that he liked me. She said that he liked me and that he asked for my number, and I was just like, go ahead, you give him my number. So I think he had hit me up over like a day or two. I don't know. It's been so long. Trying to remember. It's late, y'all. It's like 3:33 in the morning. So I'm gonna be a little, cause I'm a little tired, a little bit. But anyway, back to the story. So he texted me a day or two, and we talked, and he wanted to take me out on a date, so I said cool. So we talk, and we make plans to go out on a date. So the day came of the date. He wanted to take me to the movies, and I think we was gonna go out to eat after that. Yeah, but okay. So the day of came, and I'm getting ready and all that. I let my mom know I was going out, and this and that and the third. And one thing that I always do, I always make sure I bring money with me all the time, because you just never know. So I let my mama know I was going out on a date, and this and that and the third. So yeah, I was getting ready for the night, and then he came, he picked me up, and we were just talking, chatting in the car while we was on our way to the movies. So we got to the movie theater, but it was packed. It was I think the movie was sold out and all that type. It was just a lot going on that night. So we just decided to go to Friendly's, and so we went to Friendly's. We chat, we talked, etc., etc., etc. And then we ordered and we got our food, and we talked again and all that type of stuff, yada yada yada. And once it got to the point where, it was time to pay, he didn't want to pay. It was just like, I don't have to pay. I don't have to, you have to pay for your own, yada 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 yada. So it's just like, I was like, wow, our first date, you didn't want to pay, but you asked me out. I just felt like it's only right that you supposed to do that. And yeah, he just decided not to pay for my meal. This for the first date. And I'm glad that I had my money, because I don't know what I would have did. I pretty much would have been stuck. Um, so I was pissed and I was mad and I was tight that night. But, moving along. So we left the restaurant and he drove me home. I went to talk to my mom about the date, and I was just like, Mom, we didn't get to see the movie. It was packed, sold out, and all that type of stuff. So we went to Friendly's and ate there and talked or whatever. And I told her that he didn't pay. I just kind of felt like, I don't know, like the vibe was cool and then it was not. It was just, and my mother wasn't really feeling that, because she always just felt like a guy should pay on a first date. I do too. Um, so yeah. So we still talked after, but I didn't really like his tone and his attitude. I didn't like how he was talking to me at times. I felt like he was disrespectful, mean, very demanding, very pushy, and all that type of stuff. And he wasn't really understanding my situation at the time, because at the time I was still trying to, figure out what I wanted to do in my life. I was still was in a depression. I was still in a dark place at the time. I was still going through some personal stuff. So for somebody to be so pushy and so demanding and so this and so that, to me, I just kind of felt like it was just much. And I dealt with somebody like that in the past, and that didn't really turn out too good. So yeah, that was my first date. It was kind of bad. And hopefully the next time I go on a date, it actually be better than this one. So yeah, so that's my story. I hope y'all like it. And yeah, so that's how it goes. And yeah, we don't talk no more. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I haven't seen him in a long time, so it's always that it's over. Cut. And I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.